Today I'm going to bring you a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, bring you comics news, and reveal the books I bought this week. Wait a minute. Oh, some are superheroes. That's right. I forgot what superhero. Oh, now I remember. Shazam! How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching a Comic Hero show. Now kick that logo. Welcome to this edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Nolly, and I am the Comic Hero. The summer of superheroes continues, and in this episode, I'm paying tribute to Shazam. Now, this is a Shazam Comic Hero tee, and I'm not quite sure you can see this, but there are small lightning bolts inside the speech bubble. And on the sleeves, I made stripes to represent his famous cape on his costume. And to go along with it, the Shazam hat. Now, for those of y'all that are new to the show, right now, the summer of superheroes, I'm with that, and because of the fact that I ended up making way too many superhero tee, comic hero tees, I'm doing 2 episodes a week. Now, normally this show is only done once a week, but because I made so many, I've resorted to doing this, and I'm going to do this all the way through next month. And when September rolls around, I'll resume. I'll go back to doing 1 episode per week. This was in a poll with a Green Lantern comic hero tee that I'm going to wear on episode 264. But if you would like your own Shazam comic hero tee, I will make this for a fee, and the price is $20. Because I'm doing 2 episodes a week, all the segments are going to be divided. On the odd number of episodes, or this episode 263, as I noted at the beginning, there's going to be the Throwdown Showdown, comically speaking, and then comic books I bought this week. Now, on episode 264 and all the other even-numbered episodes that I've done so far, I've done the free tea giveaway, a new segment that I debuted a while back called the Book of the Week, and also comic books I bought this week. Now, now I'm not going to give away a free tea on this one. However, I will let you know what the free tea question of the week is. The letters of Shazam represent 6 Greek gods. Who are they? Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tea on episode 264, which is the next episode that I do. But for right now, D'Angelo Balloon from Youngstown, Ohio has requested a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, and this one features 2 alien powerhouses who one that the Green Lantern Corps has had a hard time with, and the other one, well, the entire DC universe has had a hard time with. Representing DC, we have Crota, and also representing DC, we have the Spectre. These 2 are going to duke it out in a segment I like to call
the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown.
Welcome to the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Today, it's Crota versus the Spectre. Crota is a supreme genius intellect who possesses vast psionic powers, virtual immortality, and wields the powers of the emotional spectrum. The Spectre possesses reality warping, immortality, cosmic level energy, space and time manipulation, cosmic awareness, limitless matter control, superhuman strength, omniscience, and near omnipotence. Who will win? Thanks to the Spectre's omniscience, he already knows the outcome of this fight and is very pleased. Crota uses his psionic powers, but the Spectre negates them. Crota then resorts to using the powers of the emotional spectrum. None of them have any effect on the Spectre. The Spectre says,
"You can't possibly believe that any of those pathetic emotions will work against me. The only emotion I stand by is one you could never fathom. Vengeance."
With a cold, hard stare, the Spectre reduces Crota to dust. The Spectre wins, and that concludes this fight
on the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown.
Alright, hope you enjoyed that fight, and I'll have another fight next week on episode 265. Now it's time for Comically Speaking, so without further ado, let's talk comics! Now this week's segment of Comically Speaking is going to be jam-packed. And the reason for that is because a lot of the topics are news that came about this past weekend at San Diego Comic-Con. And here's the first thing. Now the first thing is Crisis on Infinite Earths. Now this is a crossover event between all the DC shows that are on the CW. And I'm talking about The Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, and Supergirl. And there are going to be a lot of... now, every character on these shows are going to be involved, but also it's going to be guest starring a whole bunch of people, or a whole bunch of legendary actors that have played the roles of great DC superheroes throughout the years. And the first one is no exception, and I'm talking about Burt Ward. He's going to play an elderly Robin in Crisis of Infinite Earths. And then Brandon Routh is going to play the Kingdom Come Superman. Now, of course, Brandon Routh played Superman in Superman Returns back in 2006. And then Linda Carter, the greatest Wonder Woman, she's a great Wonder Woman, but also Gal Gadot, but who, of course, played Wonder Woman on the TV show that ran back in the mid to late 70s, will be playing an elderly Wonder Woman. And then Tom Welling, who was amazing on the TV show Smallville for 10 seasons, will be playing a Superman from a parallel DC universe. Now, woo! All that is great, but with Brandon Routh playing the Kingdom Come Superman, well, the way the script was, he's a great actor. He also plays the role of the Atom on DC's Legends of Tomorrow. He plays Dr. Ray Palmer, that Atom. And, he does great, but he's practically a great actor, but he was ruined in Superman Returns. It wasn't that he didn't play well, it's just that the script wasn't, if the script would have been better for him, he would have been better. But the fact of the matter is that he's playing the Kingdom Come Superman in Legends of Tomorrow. I really don't know how I think about that. Let's hope he punches stuff this time, as opposed to when he played Superman in Superman Returns back in 2006. Alright, now Burt Ward playing an elderly Robin. Yes. There's just nothing else to say but yes. And the same thing can be said about Linda Carter playing elderly Wonder Woman. Yes. And then Tom Welling playing Superman. Heck yeah! Because I've been a diehard fan of the Smallville TV series since it first came on back in 2001, and if I could, and I'm not opposed to buying the complete series, because that was such a great show. It talked about Clark growing up in Smallville, but they did it in a present day format, as opposed to going back like certain decades, and it worked. I mean, the cast was great. He was the greatest of them all. And then I think Michael Rosenbaum playing Lex Luthor was amazing. And then Erica Durant's playing Lois Lane, Kristen Krug playing Lana Lang, and them going with diversity and having Sam Jones III play Pete Ross. This show really delivered, and I think he's going to deliver it, and he even delivered the last episode where he finally put on the costume. and I can't wait to see what he's going to do in Crisis on Infinite Earths. But that's coming this fall to the CW. All right, now the next thing, and I'm very excited about this. Mahershala Ali has been casted to play the lead role in the Blade reboot. Now, I really see this. I see it, and I think he's going to be amazing. He was amazing when he played Cottonmouth in season 1 of Marvel's Luke Cage. Unfortunately, he dies. Talking about Cottonmouth. But Ali has delivered in every role that he has ever played, and I can't wait to see how he's going to do in Blade. Now, my good friend Keith Adams from West Monroe had asked, is this going to be a hindrance for Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, and Iron Fist? My answer is absolutely not. Because you have to remember, this is Mahershala Ali is playing a different character. He's not playing Cottonmouth. Cottonmouth is dead. I mean, he's pretty much going through the same thing that Chris Evans did when he first played the Human Torch in those 2 Fantastic Four movies, and then would later magnificently play the role of Captain America. And I think he is going to deliver. I seriously think he's going to deliver, and it's not going to be a hindrance. I can't wait to. They're going now. It's been said that those 4 characters that were on the TV show The Defenders will be on different Marvel movies and Marvel shows that are premiering on Disney Plus, and I can't wait to see them again. But Ali playing Blade, that's great. And even Wesley Snipes, who played Blade in those first 3 movies, even approves. And he found out that there were some trolls who were kind of hacked off over the fact that Ali was casted and not him. He said, "Everyone chill out. I'm happy for Mahershala. Y'all should be happy too. And trust me, if no one else is, this guy is." But Mahershala Ali is Blade. I can't wait to see the reboot when it finally comes out. And also, here's another thing. Natalie Portman is going to return as Dr. Jane Foster in the upcoming movie Thor: Love and Thunder, and she will co-star alongside Chris Hemsworth. But here's the thing, though. She's going to wield Mjolnir. Now, in the comics, she wielded Mjolnir until she almost dies while defeating Magog. But then Thor doesn't, Odin's son decides not to let her die and enter the gates of Valhalla and brings her back to life. And then she ends up resuming her treatments. Oh, by the way, she was dying of terminal cancer, but she resumed her treatments, and now she's cancer free. Oh, and by the way, in the comics, she's also going to become the brand new Valkyrie. But seeing this, if it happens in the comics and they decide to put in a movie, I'm all for it. And I can't wait to see how this is going to develop. But Thor: Love and Thunder in theaters in 2021. Wow, 2021. Just thinking about that. I'm gonna turn 40 3 days before this movie comes out, but anyway. Okay, here's the next thing, and I'm very excited about this. There's going to be a new animated series coming called The Amazing Stan, and it's going to chronicle a very young Stan Lee. And this is this is great. I mean, of course, we lost Stan last fall, and to see what life was like for Stan Lee growing up. For us to see that, I think that's great, because Stan Lee was everything to comics. He was everything to Marvel, and just seeing this, and just knowing there's going to be an animated series, this really needs to happen. Now, there's not really Now, it hasn't been said if there's when it's going to premiere and where it's going to premiere, but this guy's going to watch when he finds out. All right, the last thing. Marvel has teased the return of the 2099 lot of comics. Now, this first came about back in the early 90s, and the cowbell, or the bell cow of that entire lot of comics was Spider-Man 2099. Now, this one, Spider-Man is Miguel O'Hara, who is the grandson of the founder of Roxxon. And he also works at Roxxon, but then when he's not working at Roxxon, he becomes Spider-Man. And we've seen him in the mainstream Marvel universe many times before he went back to his own time. And I can't wait to if this happens, you best believe that Spider-Man 2099 is going to be one of those books. But I can't wait to see what other books they come out with. I may even collect them. All right, that's it for Comically Speaking. Now let's get to the comics I bought this week.
Comic books I bought this week.
All right, first up, and I'm very excited about this series, is Superman Up in the Sky, #1. X-Force #3. X-Force #4. X-Force #5. X-Force #6. X-Force #7. X-Force #8. X-Force #9. Black Panther #10. Black Panther #11. Black Panther #12. And finally, Black Panther #13. Alright, that's 12, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 9,457. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Here's a question for a free tee for next week's episode of the show. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I really hope you're enjoying this summer of superheroes. I mean, this has really been a lot of fun for me, especially, representing all these great superheroes. The Shazam movie just came out on DVD last Tuesday, and I went out to see it when it came out to theaters a few months earlier this year, but I'm definitely going to buy it on DVD because it was such a great movie, and it's one of those movies that I have no regrets about watching over and over again. But here's the question for our free tee for episode 264. The letters in Shazam represent 6 gods. Who are they? Everyone who answers correctly will be in the drawing for a free tee on episode 264. And all those topics that I talked about the Comically Speaking segment that came from San Diego Comic-Con, that's not all of them. I'm going to have some more for episode 265. And so stay tuned for that. And that's pretty much all I have. I'm Victor Nully, I'm the Comic Hero. I'll see you for episode 264. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero!